All right, hello everyone. Welcome back. Today gonna we're gonna continue on with our kind of quest here. Um, Talking to my best friend here. Kind of talking about 7 Days to Die, which he then fired it up on his own. So we were kind of gaming last night a little bit. He had kind of suggested doing something a little different. He wanted to try and make a castle. So I do have some pretty good supplies on me. I'm going to run over to the next town, possibly even the one after, and I'm going to try and turn one of the um, uh, I want to say burial yards. My mind is not thinking graveyards. Um, into a kind of castle here. And the reason why I'm thinking of a graveyard is because it's already half set up, where it's pretty well enclosed to begin with. So it gives us a good head start. And I know that when we were kind of wandering around, I did kind of see one of them. It was a smaller one, and I kind of mentioned that they do make a pretty good defensive base. Now, I've got 2 days before the next uh, Horde Night going, because my mind is trying to race to think of everything I'm trying to come up with here in the morning. Um, So I figured, well, I've got 2 days. I should be able to slap this together fairly quickly, especially seeing that I've already got quite a bit of supplies on me. Um, so all we have to do is we have to find the correct place to do this. So we're going to take a quick jaunt over here to the next town, which we're already kind of to. And we're going to try and find a small graveyard or so we can try and do this. Um, And then that'll also set us up a secondary base here. So as we're running around, um, if we need to lay over somewhere, we should be able to do that. Now, the only bad part is uh, when you typically play, you only get one sleeping bag and then one land claim block. Now, I think I do have a mod in here that allows us to have an extra land claim block. Um, If I'm right, we're good. If I'm not, that might mess things up for our other base. I will have to make one, but we'll see how things go here and just move on from that point. Um, and today, because I noticed in one of my last videos, I do have a lot of sound coming off of my laptop because the microphone is kind of built right onto it, and it's got the fans going on high, so hopefully the sound works a little bit better. I've got a gaming mic on, so hopefully everything seems to work out a lot better for our volume and sound, and we don't have so much background noise. Um, Trying to work through things here. Still kind of looking for a good place to start. You know, even if you're just trying to get started, any building will get you through a night. Um, but once you start talking about stuff for horde nights and that, um, having extra defenses around you really helps. Um, I think we just found our building here. Nope, kind of, but not quite. Okay, so we've taken over buildings like this as well in the past, kind of shore everything up. The big thing is initially usually getting walls to be about 3 high. We don't have too many zombies that climb over three high. The biggest issue kind of comes in when you get groups of zombies. Once you start having groups of zombies and that, that's when they start stacking up on top of each other and they start going over 3 high. So if we can limit it down to under 3 high, then usually we're all right. Trying to see if I can find where that would have been. It's a possibility over here, but that looks like that's all farm field there. I got a sneaky suspicion I got someone creeping up on me. Nope. I've got this guy over here though. So we must have to be in the next town over. Get him real quick. Alright, then we're going to ditch town. We're going to get on over to the next one. But, so we have Joe's USA here. You know, a building like this could work out really well. Because we do have the grading here in the front. It is all fenced in. Although I think I'd try to, you know, they will get through that fencing. Eventually they'll get through almost anything, but we're going to try and work on this and try and see if we can't build a small kind of castle. As I've got everything kind of going in my ear. All right, now truck stop here. The truck stop, from my experience, has been really loaded with a lot of zombies. There is quite a bit of loot that you can find in a lot of these, especially when it comes to gas. So I'm going to sneak up here and see if I can't snag some gas here. Nope. Nothing there. Nothing here. Here we go. Only 31 gas. Not a lot, but it is something. And I'm just going to get out of Dodge here. My intention really is not to be sitting here looting everything, but unfortunately it's just kind of a habit. Trying to keep the videos from getting to be too long. For those that are just kind of listening to what's going on, as opposed to being able to watch it, because I know that quite often if I'm at work or whatever, I can listen to videos, but I can't really watch anything. So, we just kind of go from there. And I'm hoping I'm going in the correct direction here. Let's see here. Yep. All right. And I think I'm about to get rained on. Okay, I start seeing some buildings here. So that means we're getting into town. I hear plenty of zombies out in the distance. So we'll have to see how this exactly works out, how well this works out. I may have to do this in the future. Kind of limit down as to how much extra noise you guys get. Oddly enough, this is also the same map that my best friend had chosen for us to play. So once I got my bearings, I kind of had a really good idea where we were and where all the traders are. Because this town here has got 2 traders. So it does make it a pretty good town as far as that goes for building a base in. We got a Trader Hugh and we got a Trader Jen in here. So we had taken over a construction site, so you know, it's just a beautiful thing. You just let your imagination go and say, okay, well, this looks like a good site for whatever the reason. And we've kept our Horde Nights on 10 days instead of 7. My Horde strength is at 8, which is the standard. So some more food from him. Just trying to see if I can't find a small graveyard here. Otherwise I'll have to try and take something else over. The graveyard works really nice because it's got the brick. So that's really why I'm looking for the graveyard. When you're already starting off with brick and that, it really kind of helps. And then there are some buildings here, for those that aren't used to running around in this game, that do have some nice basement shelters and that underneath there already. So, which was kind of part of the reason why I picked up doing 7 days again, because doing like the stuff for Fallout, looking at the buildings, being in a town like this, how everything's dilapidated and all that, could be a good inspiration for trying to come up with structures and that for doing like a Fallout campaign. Because really, the 7 Days to Die game could easily be a Fallout, and you just figure that all those zombies here are just feral ghouls. Alright, so here's a church. That's a bigger church than what I really wanted, though. So I'm going to kind of pass this one up. I don't want to go too big. I mean, we can always add on to stuff, but I really don't want to go that big right now. So we're getting towards nighttime, then I have 1 day before the horde comes. Alright, we got a parking structure here. And parking structures are a lot different from when this game first came out. They've added so much extra content to this game throughout the years. So I'm trying to think exactly how long ago that they came out with this game. I know it's been a while. And we've been playing it quite a bit for all these years. Okay, so there's a nice house. You know, the other thing is, things that we find to be useful is trying to make sure that you have a little bit of extra room so you can kind of do some planting or whatever. With the dew collectors, we gotta have some room for the dew collectors. We want to have some room for planting whatever we want to plant, and kind of go from there. Okay, off in this distance we do have a trader. I think this is Hugh, Trader Hugh over here. Hogzilla Ranch. Okay. Alright, this is going to be Trader Hugh right here. Yep, there he is. Alright. So what we want to do is we want to try and get something so we can... I mean, I don't need to be this close to Trader Hugh. Being out a little bit farther would be fine with me. The hardest part is just trying to remember exactly where that that graveyard was. It's always one of those things you kind of run into it along the way and you're like, oh yeah, well I'll remember where that is, and then you can't find it later. Alright, well now we're getting into town again. Alright, well, if this isn't the dickens of a time not to be able to find something. Trying to find something that looks like a church steeple for a small graveyard. And I'm not really finding anything here. Although, to be honest, I could almost build pretty much anywhere if I really wanted to, but I'm trying to do this so that way, hopefully I can kind of, you know, for people that are a little newer or looking for different ideas, some ideas, some thoughts, or whatever for playing this game, because I really do find a lot of enjoyment in here just trying to get, I'm back at the big church here, just trying to get some of this going. Crack-a-Book, Savage Country. It's a great area to build. We just need something to build. All right, well. Like I said before, this is just the dickens of a time to not find what I'm looking for. Because I know there's a nice smaller church or graveyard here. So we've run into it, I just can't find it offhand. And then we got a fire station. You know, so many buildings I've made bases of over the years. You know, take a fire station because we have the bays there for vehicles. Just different things, different ideas. We always kind of grab something different every time we do this. We've taken over the hospital in times. I think you name it, we've kind of taken it over just to be different. Should be driven by Trader Jen, I think. Okay. Yeah, Trader Jen should be there. Alright, well, we're going to run down here and then we'll swing over and see what we can find. Alright, well, here's a nice house with a good walled-in place. We've done this building before a couple times because of what it has here. Let me kind of jump in. So this for a starting base has a lot of potential because, I mean, you look through here. I mean, we'll shore this up. So if we were going to do this, so let me just kind of do this just for the fun. Get some blocks down here. So we'll do that. Shore all that up. Okay. And then typically I end up just filling this in here. Oops, I guess I was unlocked. So I didn't have to do that. Alright, well, that's on me. Alright, so yeah, we have a pretty good barrier here going all the way around. It keeps a lot of zombies out. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of build up here. And seeing that I'm here already and I'm kind of doing this, we can have fun with this real quick. I'd say take these out if you could. That one I would leave because what we'll do is we'll put another layer. And this isn't even going to be a base that we're going to keep. We're just going to kind of do this up just for showing. Or at least one wall worth of it. Oops. And I put that in the wrong spot. Alright, then we'll hit a corner here and we'll just kind of do up to here. Alright, now your decision is up to you because that is going to be kind of high even for you to be able to go. So typically what I'll do is I'll even put a ladder. Oops. And we'll put one row on the inside as my controller keeps wanting to slide over. I think I got to get a new controller. So we're going to make a mezzanine out of this. If I can put these in the right spot, it would be even better. Actually, I can leave that be. I don't think my controller likes me anymore. Alright, so we can still jump up here and we can be around here. So we can do this. And then your decision is, do we want to put up I'm just doing this just to do it. Do we want to do that? So I always put a little barricade so that way we don't just fall over by accident, especially during a horde night. Or did you want to go out one? And then I'll put these bars out, and I'll kind of show you here. So we'll do this. Get the advanced. And we're going to put this around like this here. And I'm going to do this. And what this adds is an ability to be able to reach out a little bit more. So you can get out on that side. And then get the next one here. Put that there. All right, so now there's our barricade. And then I can reach out here, so if I'm in the middle of the night, whether it's a gun, a bow, or whatever, and they're down there, I can kind of sit there and I can pick them off. That's a personal choice. Everybody's going to do things differently, but this is a build that I do kind of like to do because that gives me that ability to just kind of sneak out here a little bit, kind of pick some of these extra zombies off while they're trying to attack. Kind of like that guy right there. Get him right in the back. All right. So that does give us that extra ability there. And then you just kind of take over the house and then do with the house as you feel you need. A place like this also gives us the ability that we have land out here. You know, if you want to flatten this all out, that gives you some clay. And then the other part is we have garden area. We can put up our dew collectors and that. So it gives us a little flexibility. And then also for having, you know, this is the other reason why I'd like to put those spikes out. I'm just having a hard time jumping up here. So when I put the spikes out, let me get spikes, swap those out here. You know, I can have the spikes here, and as they're coming up, they're taking the damage. So that really kind of helps. Or you can put the spikes on the ground here maybe, or whatever, if it's nice and even. Maybe even take these out and then put them down, whatever you want to do. Zombies will always try to go for the doors. So you just kind of do the best you can. All right, there's that. Still kind of looking for our other place here. Just want to show you how this goes, and then what I'll do is I'll make sure that we don't hit our Horde Night today. We'll hit that tomorrow. And I'll even try and crank this up a little bit so you can see exactly how good or bad my other place is on a Horde Night. Seeing that that's kind of built up a little bit. Mortician's house. Alright, well, Trader Jen is over this way. Alright. So when you're trying to come up with ideas for how to do it, like I said, I like using the you know, if you download the mod for the spikes, that's great. Otherwise, having those bars, because that gives you a little a way to shoot out and yet keeps you safe. Now, if you didn't have the spikes, and you're talking about a big Horde Night, you could even have a couple sets of the bars. So you could have like the same setup I was doing with trying to think this through here as I'm kind of running. So here's our Trader Jen's. And then for the night, what I'll do, so just jump up here, squat down, and then make sure I have enough food and water in me. So you could go out a couple rows, say like 2 or 3 rows with the bars, and then you could, just try and keep them upgraded as best you can. And then you have your inner base inside there, so you can keep shooting. The zombies will keep breaking away at the outer bars, and it kind of slows them down. It may not stop them entirely, but at least it slows them down quite a bit, so that way when they break through, hopefully you've had enough time to reload, or it's getting towards the end of the night and you just have to go out there, replace them, and fix them up. I've got enough concrete and stuff like that on me. So I can make concrete blocks. Typically, I upgrade from the cobblestone to the concrete because, as you were seeing, if I put down cobblestone and if I mess that up, I can easily just break that. What I used to do is just make sure I put down the wood ones, upgrade it to the wood, or make a full wood block. But I'd always make it something so it was easier to break. The regular starting blocks, because you were upgrading them, I would do that and then just upgrade it all. Because if I put it in the wrong spot, I could easily move it, reposition it to wherever I needed to go. So, kind of doing that. Let's see here. What am I looking at? This looks like it could almost be something I want. That might even be the house that we were at. I don't remember. So we got Trader Jen. I could continue on down this way and see what I can find. Just trying to look around here to try and see if I can't see what I'm looking for. This might be very well might be what I'm looking for here. Okay, go through town and head over there. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to go off to my left here. I'm going to go off here. See what we see. It says nighttime is burning here. Just kind of go from there. Alright, so we got a bigger house here. It's got a nice gate here. Same thing there. Another, oh. No. This isn't quite what I was thinking, but again, now here's a farmer, Judy Witch here. Kind of follow this through. There's all the buildings that we're looking at, and then we'll take a right going up here. Hit the old map just to make sure. Okay, so this was the area I was thinking, so if I go over one more, and then go north, or south, I guess. Sounded like you didn't like the food. All right, so yeah, we should be getting closer. brick wall. Okay. Another 39 gas. I just want to kind of get up somewhere a little higher, so as I'm looking at the map and everything, I don't have a zombie kind of chomping on my heels. Okay. Nope. That is where I was looking. So I think this is, yeah, this is just that same house that we had before. Just another one of those. Actually, it's that very same house. All right, well, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to just turn this one in. Seeing I'm not finding the building I was thinking of, which is fine. You know, we can turn this into what we want real quick. My mouse or my controller's being good to me at the moment. I know something's gonna fall. It doesn't act up all the time. It seems like, you know, when I'm doing more precision, like I'm trying to drop things down or whatever, that's when it seems to act up. So now the other reason that it's kind of nice to have a little extra lip is when you start looking at the spider zombies. And I'm going to say it this way. The spider zombies, they can go up a straight wall at times. So to have a wall where you have a lip on the outside is kind of nice. So what we're going to do here is alright, so I will have to continue this out. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue this out. I'm going to grab this. Oh, sugars. Well, that's not what I wanted. Buggers. Cobblestone block. I'm just kind of waiting here for a second here. So I think it should only go up to a stack size of 500. Yep, there it is. Then I'm going to put it down there. All right, and the reason why I'm doing this is because now I can do that. Oops. And then we're going to get this up here like this. And we're just going to go through. Try and get all this done. Okay, well, something's chewing on my ankles. Here's Snickers. And young lady. Okay. Where was I? I think these people really understand exactly what I'm trying to do here. Alright. Now the only big issue is at some point I'm going to want to get in here. Now whether I leave these so I can get in and out, which is a possibility, and then I'll just kind of dig all this out, you know, clean all this up. Or if you do want to put in another door or some other way to get in, that's going to be your own personal choice. There's no right way, no wrong way, no whatever. There's pros and cons to all of it. Remember, anytime that we have a door, the zombies want to try and use that as a nice, quick, easy way to get in themselves. So they're always going to be trying to attack that door. Sure, I do not want to buy any magazine subscriptions. Okay. The only reason why I'm doing this, I mean, it's plenty high enough, but I'm just doing this just to keep it level with everything else. And then the other thing is with the indent on the outside here. This does really help to keep things from getting stuck on that. And I just found something even more interesting. So we have another way into the building that is locked. But this building has a hidden basement to it. So that makes this building even more interesting. So instead of me trying to carve out my own underground base, this has already got one in here, which makes things fun. Now, I mean, I admit I already had a whole bunch of cobblestone and everything else, so that really makes this go a lot faster. But I knew that going into just trying to make a quick base somewhere else, you know, I already had made a bunch of cobblestone and all that, and tried to make sure I was kind of set. But as we get things going here, okay, I'm going to try and sneak around the outside, try and get this all up. Then everything else should be able to be done from the safety of being inside the base. Now, the whole thing there is we have not cleared out the house. So that's something else we're going to have to kind of keep in mind here. Yep. On my controller again. Yeah, let me go all the way through, or all the way around the base while I was up on the railing and all that. I looked like a pro doing that, but I'm trying to put this up, and then suddenly it just kind of said, "Nope, you're going to go this way." There's some silliness to be found in that. I don't think I'm going to have enough spikes to put spikes all the way around. So we will put spikes up as much as what we can. But I will have to go back and get more spikes done at the forge. But we're going to be back there before that happens anyways, because we're going to be back for the Horde Night, and that's going to go up tomorrow. But as we're taking this over, I mean, you see how I'm doing this, and like I said, for doing this part, it really makes it easier when you're you know, if you're doing this for a Horde Night base as well, you know, the zombies can be outside here. They can be trying to rush you in that, and now it keeps you a little safer. Now the biggest issue I'm going to have is now I can't get in myself, so I will have to have a door of some sort. So like I said, if we want to, which I think is what I'm going to end up doing here, I'm going to do this. Now you could do a door a couple different ways if you want. I mean, we could just knock this out, put up a ladder. I can turn this into a ladder, and then I could put up a trapdoor. All right, and then the reason why I always keep these high is because, oops, I think I can cancel that. Okay, I can do an iron hatch. I think it's going to go here. You know, the zombies only jump up so high. So if I have a ladder going all the way down, it makes it a lot easier for the zombies to get up. So if I keep those ladders up high, they have a hard time trying to get up there. So that's really the big reason why I do that. There is no other real reason other than that. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Just trying to think of where I need the corner pieces. Now what we could do is, if you're watching this, you know, I could do the Horde Night tomorrow either at this base or I could do it at the other one. Right now I will do it at the other one first, and then we'll do the next one here most likely. But tell you what, if you want to see it go the other way around or whatever, just to see how fast this gets kind of done up, I might even just turn this into my main base because I do have all the nice farm area. Because sometimes it's just kind of nice to have some farm stuff in here. Building is always fun. Doing some of the farming stuff and that can be fun in that as well. But let me know in the comments what you think I should do. If I should kind of just take this over and forget the other one, or if you want me to keep going on the other one as well. Either way, this gives me a lot more flexibility. I think I really want to investigate what everything is underneath, because this has a lot of potential here. This is already pre-built, so just trying to be more of an opportunist and just kind of take over things that way. But all right, so we have that going all the way around. Even if I wanted to leave it just like this is still wide enough. I usually go a little bit wider, not always, but usually I do. And then All right. Then we gave them a bad day. Get the playground equipment out of here. All of that. Like I said, we do have plenty of land here that we can use, and we can get plenty of clay, so we can keep that going. That'll work out really nice. The other thing is over here, if I don't dig this out, I can easily just jump up here, or I can jump onto there. But if they do get in here and I have kind of a mezzanine up here, it makes it harder for the zombies to get up and reach me as well. So, just extra things to think about, especially when Horde Night comes, because if I turn it all the way up, and for the level I'm at, I'm going to have a lot of glowing zombies. So my best friend was talking about the same thing. With us leveling up as fast as we do, it's not like we're really breaking the system, because the game itself starts throwing out harder zombies. We make it look nice and simple because we've been playing this for quite a long time. I am very familiar with the game. I don't freak out with the zombies and that. I get new games, and it'll take me a little while before I get comfortable not to kind of freak out with zombies or whatever the creature is. Part of it is because I don't like dying a lot in the games. So to think of it in the regard of, I don't want to really die a lot, and for one, and then for two. Okay. Now we have a second door. So now if we have a couple vehicles, we can actually store them inside our garage. We can get out of here. So, yeah, then not wanting to really die in the games, and then, like I said, two, it's one of those, I don't know the strength of the zombies, so, or whatever their creatures are. Once I get used to that, then for the most part, it doesn't matter to me all that much. So, and I think he's upset. Maybe it was his house, or maybe it was his friend's house, huh? Alright, so let's see what we can do for putting the plates up. Now normally I put them on the ground, but because this slopes up a little bit, I'm going to put them right here. Trying to keep with the regular aesthetics of the building. Alright, well, let's see how far we can go on. But yeah, I do enjoy having this mod, because that really helps, like with Horde Nights and all that stuff. These will wear out. They do take damage. I think they take up to like 1,000 points of damage or so. This when the zombies are just kind of brushing up against them or whatever. Just like any of the other spikes that they've done in the past, they would take damage. If I didn't have these, and like when the game first came out, we could put down like log spikes, and we could even make them, I believe, concrete. Make them into concrete log spikes. So I was doing the same trick with those. It's just that they were sitting out here instead of sitting up on the building. There again, if the log spikes were in the game today, I don't know if, like with everything else, we'd probably be able to put them up on the building like what I'm doing here. So it really wouldn't be much of a difference. And then this is just a personal choice. Do you put it here, or do you put it up on the wall here? And then we're out. So that means that I've got this wall I don't have done. Everything else is done. So if I have another 100 spikes, I'd have more than enough. And this is all locked. So I'm not going to break this. We will end up going through the house and that. So I'm going to see about getting inside the house, picking these up, and we're going to call it for now. What I might do is I might try and I might clear out the house on maybe tomorrow's video, and then the day after that, maybe we'll get to our Horde night. Either way, but we'll end it right here. We have zombies outside the gate. Thank you again for joining me. Hopefully you guys are getting a kick out of this. Hopefully it gives other people ideas of things to do in their own games. I'm not saying that I come up with the best ways to do things. I'm sure there's other people that have better ideas that work phenomenally for them, but this is some things that work pretty well for me, so things I like to do. We'll see you in the next video.